Aloha. Now I'm going to show you what some of the energy devices look like that I talked about in Urban Shaman. This is the energy wand, or sometimes called cubit wand, when we're talking about linear ki mana or linear energy. 25 inches long. You can see it's the same size as my talking stick, and you can also see that it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And so this is the size that you carry with you to increase your energy or your endurance, and hold during meditation to enhance that experience. If you double this, you get the energy staff, 50 inches, and has all the same energy properties that you'll find with the rod, and you'll find it makes a great hiking staff and gives you much more energy and endurance. When we take these staves, all of which radiate energy around them, and we put them together in a geometric configuration, then what we get is an intensification of that energy. So what you have now is the three together with intersecting fields, so that what you could do with an arrangement like this is stand inside it for a charge of energy that almost everyone can feel right away. And the longer you stand there, the more charged you get up, which can be used both for physical and mental things that you want to do. We increase that even further, the intensity, by making a 6 pointed star. And when you use one of these geometric figures, you can either gaze at it and get the energy from it, hold it if that's appropriate and get the energy, or be somewhere next to it, or if possible inside it, and get a very strong charge of energy. And this is a very stimulating effect. The circle that you can use or hang up, or if you have a large enough one like a hula hoop, sit down in, also gives you a softer kind of energy, but still a powerful one that you can use for your healing and development. This is the arc that I mentioned that was invented by Charles Sherborne, that also relates to the rattleback, as it's been called. Let me show you what this looks like. If you remember, if you spin this in a clockwise direction, it just spins normally, actually goes farther than it ought to for the amount of force behind the spin. But if I spin this in a counterclockwise direction, we get several more motions: up and down, stop, and reverse. And this is what nobody can fully explain yet. We know how to make them, but not why it happens. The reverse is true with this smaller model. If we spin this in a counterclockwise direction, it spins normally. If we spin it in a clockwise direction, it stops and goes backward. What's happening here, we call this rotational energy, because as they spin, they're also giving off waves of energy. And an easy way to duplicate that effect is with a fan. And the greatest amount of energy from the fan, of the kind that we're talking about, comes off the edges. You get some straightforward with the breeze, but most of it comes off the edges. Same will work with a top or a gyroscope or anything that spins.